All right, good morning, everybody. Looks like we are live. Can you guys hear me on Zoom if you're on? Awesome. What's up, Big Bear? Nice. All right, so a couple more days left, and then hopefully we can figure out a market direction after Tuesday or Wednesday with these midterms. Hopefully we'll get something going. So as you can see right now, we're kind of in this falling wedge pattern right here. So we'll see if at some point price can break out of this, but you can also see kind of a rising wedge in this falling wedge. So we'll see if it falls, rejects off here at resistance and continues to fail, or if it's going to break out. Lots of overhead resistance. And be aware that this could be a bigger overall head, left shoulder, and possible right shoulder if it does get a bounce. So the technicals are just still, no matter what way you look at it, not great right now. So we'll have to keep a watch and see what happens. So let's take a look at a few from the watch list, and then we'll look at trade ideas. All right, so we'll look at CIFS. See if we can get over that 200 SMA. Not really digging it right now. Kind of a bigger overall descending triangle, but it might get a bounce. It had a lot of volume come in on Friday. You want to see it bounce above those moving average lines. Not loving it at the moment. This one might be a little bit better with CRMD. Pre-market high is $1.38. And that puts you right near that left shoulder. So this might get another pump. We'll have to see. You can see kind of a FU pattern or a head and shoulders. So we'll see if this thing can get a pump up above that $1.50 or so marker. So this is one to keep an eye on. So we'll definitely keep CRMD on watch. So we want to see this thing get above 138 and then ideally above that 150 marker. You have this 144 area as well. So let's just actually remove this line and put it up to $1.50 or so, just to make it more of that $half marker. ACRX has kind of a bigger overall cup and handle-ish pattern. Let's see, got up to that 521. It's very sloppy right now, kind of a head and shoulders, this pattern right now. So it's not looking so hot at the moment. So we'll put it on peripheral watch, not really digging it. Let's look at DDD. This kind of has a morning star pattern here on the daily. And see if this one can get above that 1305-ish marker. This one actually might have some room to run if it can get above that 1305 and continue. Hold on one second here. So yeah, so 13 or DDD has a morning star pattern. So watch for possible continuation on this one. Let's look at the hourly. Right at that 50, might be setting up for a flat top break above, possibly an inverse head and shoulders. So DDD is definitely one to keep an eye on. This one, again, has the morning star pattern, maybe setting up on the hourly, has some room to move up, kind of a higher float stock. So this might be one, yeah, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on DDD. All right, so what else we got? CHRS. Not digging that high wave candle at the moment. So it needs to get above that 1230-ish marker. And it stares, not a lot of volume, some gaps there on the way up there. So that's something to maybe keep an eye on. Although it's right near that 200 SMA on the hourly, might be setting for continuation up. Again, not loving it at the moment. So the one I like the most right now so far from the watch list would be DDD, and possibly CRMD. Let's take a look at trade ideas. INUV. I think that one might be a buyout. I'm not sure if I'm liking that one right now. What do you guys, have you guys looked at INUV any deeper? I'm going to look at AYTU at the moment. AYTU. The heck is this? Oh, okay. Remove these drawings here. Go back to the daily. So AYTU looks like it's getting a pop here. Pre-market 165. Pre-market, lots of overhead resistance, but it might get a pop up. Kind of has this rising channel. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on AYTU. Not like in the daily chart. Possible on the hourly, potentially. May have had its double bottom break right here, so we'll see if we can get above that 170-ish marker and move up. So I'm going to put AYTU on kind of a peripheral watch. I kind of like it, but I'm not loving it. What else we got? DWCH. DWCH. Actually, let me update something real quick. Ooh. Are you guys watching DWCH at all? I'm not sure I'm liking this news. I'm going to skip over that one for right now. What else we got? Did I look at INUV yet? Let's go back to that one. Maybe I'll continue to look at INUV. CHK, let me take a look. This one kind of has a... it's kind of descending triangle-ish at the moment, so... Let's see if it gets some movement at the open. CHK, let me look at that one. That's Chesapeake Oil, I think, right? CHK. Okay. So CHK, pre-market high 374. It puts us, that's the thing. So you kind of have this possible, you know, bear, it's like kind of like a bear flag going on right now. So that would potentially concern me right near resistance. Now, if it can get above 375, it does have lots of overhead resistance though. So not sure I'm digging the pattern at the moment on it. Let me take a look at UNG. That one kind of has cup and handle-ish going on. A little bit of a higher price stock. So it does kind of have your handle-ish pattern going on that cup and handle. So kind of a bigger cup and handle pattern. So I like the pattern setup. Let's see where that puts us. Oops. Yep. Oh, so it's above that. Actually, no, it's not above that handle. Let's see where is it right now? 29, 2750. So it's above this 2750-ish area now. And there is that gap on the daily. Where is it? Right. Kind of a gap right above that 2950-ish area. So right in here. So it's got a pattern to watch. So this one might be one to keep an eye on to watch for some continuation up to fill that gap. Let me take a look at CNET. I don't know why I'm not seeing CNET in my trade ideas. Kind of a V bottom-ish pattern right over here on the daily, breaking out right above this 525 marker. It's hitting some resistance in these areas right up in here. Got to contend with that high wave-ish candle over here. So it has kind of a head, left shoulder. See if it can break this right left shoulder pattern. If so, might have a chance to pump up. So this is one to maybe keep an eye on right here. See how the volume goes on it. It's really a little bit not doing much pre-market right now, but it might be setting up for a build. So pattern-wise, maybe not bad for a pop, so we'll have to take a look. Let's see here. Not a lot of great pattern setups right now. Still looking, I think, more at DDD and AYTU. Let me split my screen here and get set up. So I'm going to put, what's this one I'm going to put over? AYTU. So again, lots of overhead resistance on the daily. Been trading flat. It is getting a pop. I don't know if there's any news on it though. Oh wait, let me see. AYTU. Not any recent news. So this might be more of a technical move. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. So it's, again, a little bit choppy at the moment. But let's see in the daily. In the 5 minute, it's kind of doing kind of a bull pennant, somewhat of a flaggish pattern here. Maybe a possible flag here. Again, it's kind of a roller coaster. It is getting volume and some movement. But there's 1, 2. This is the third pullback pre-market. So this one might be a little bit riskier. And you can see it's getting these crazier high wave candles. So not a huge fan on that. But I'm going to still keep it on the watch list and see what happens here. See if it can hold this 9 EMA and move up. All right, so next one I'm going to put on is more DDD. So DDD is kind of, this is one from the watch list. This is more of a pattern play. Probably not many people are going to watch this right now, but this is one where I do like that Morningstar pattern. I like how it has some room to run. I'm looking at the hourly right over in here. Kind of trading sideways, which is okay. You know, right now it would be nice to get some volume, see if we can push above that 1305 and continue up. Let's look at the hourly. Hourly, it's right above or right near that 50 SMA. You might be looking at an inverse head and shoulders with room to run. And let's look at the 5-minute. Yeah, kind of an inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder with the neckline. So this one, I like the technicals on it for a potential move up. So, and you can see AYTU is getting a bounce here as well. So, yeah, I think I'm going to look at both DDD. Let's take one from the watch list, and then also keep an eye on AYTU. All right. CRD is also slowly creeping as well. So we'll see if CRMD can get a break above 150 marker. So DDD, again, be careful. You have 1, 2, 3 pullbacks. It is bouncing off the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. So we'll see if this pattern will hold and get a move up to potentially see if it can go and break above that 165. But it is a little bit of a roller coaster all over the place right now. And again, patterns on DDD I really like. Now we just got to see if a volume comes in and can push this price up and have these moving average lines separate and start to move price higher. And what else we got? So yeah, CRMD, that's the other one that's slowly moving up. See if that one can get above 150. So that's what we got right now for you guys this morning. So now we watch and see. Remember, the market is kind of right at the above on resistance. It's a bigger overall falling wedge pattern. But you have kind of that rising wedge, a couple rising wedge slash kind of both bear flaggish patterns right up to the moving average line. So we'll see if it rejects and fails or if it will continue up. We got to watch and see. And CRMD is kind of intriguing me again, and it's slowly building some volume. I might put CRMD, although now it's moving up a lot more pre-market. I want to watch it, see if it rejects off that 150. I don't know. I'm going to pull that one up actually right now. I'm going to switch probably between CRMD and DDD. Let's see, put DDD over here. So we're at CRMD. So I'm just concerned about that 150-ish marker. Watch for possible rejection there. Again, it may form a bull flag. Got to watch and see. It is breaking above pre-market highs right over here. This 140s caught in between that 150 resistance. So we'll keep an eye on it. And again, AYTU is the other one. So the moment I pulled up CRMD, then AYTU is looking kind of decent. So we'll maybe look at either one of those. All right, guys, bell's open. Support right down here, 138.39 area, 150 resistance on CRMD. And let's take a look at DDD is failing right now, not looking so hot. And looking with AYTU to see if it can hold that. AYTU, let me pull that one back up. AYTU. It is forming a little bit kind of a crazier high wave-ish candle right now, so we'll see how this one closes up. What did my... I'm reading your comment, my bear. What? TSK? Is that the stock symbol TSK, or are you like going tisk or something? Tisk, meaning like, was I being snarky? All right, so at this point, CRMD is not looking so hot. AYTU is not looking so hot. DDD is not looking so hot. Let's look at trade ideas. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, hey. I don't know who gets the compliment. If I sound like Dan or Dan sounds like me. All right, let's pull up AY. Was it AY? No, not AYTV. Let's look at INUV. Maybe. Very sloppy right now, guys. Again, not looking so hot. Let me look at CLSD right now. I see that one hitting trade ideas. Watching AYTU on the moment right now. Again, like a roller coaster, a little bit shaky, needs to get back up over those moving average lines. You can contend with these wicks over here. Oh, nice, my bear. You're both awesome. Not good voice recognition. How does Kramer sound like? Hey guys, what's he got? He's got a weird voice, right? Yeah, that didn't go so well. I need to wake up. I'm not a morning person, guys. Takes me a while to wake up. That's why my jokes typically come more at the end of the streams. CNAT might be moving up. Let's take a look at CNAT. Slowly building some volume, moving up to that 564-ish area, maybe doing kind of an ascending triangle-ish pattern. Let's go back and look at this one. So we're going to see if this one can move up. It does have this kind of head and shoulders pattern. It is gapping up. If it can kind of get clear this 560s to 580s area, it's one that can go either way at the moment right now. So I was just kind of looking at this one slowly creeping up. So we'll see if this can move up and maybe do an ascending triangle for a quick pop. We'll see. Again, it's kind of a medium to lower float-ish stock. So far, lots of garbaccio. We sound like brothers. Hear that, Dan? If Dan's listening, we sound like brothers. That's a good thing. I hope. I hope that's a good thing. You guys remember that movie, A Night at the Roxbury, with was it Will Ferrell and Steve? What the heck was his name? Ah, man, what the heck was his name? Well, they said their names were Steve Butabi and Doug Butabi. And they go, "Are you guys brothers?" And they're like, "No." Yeah. That was a great movie. DDD, maybe moving up. Let's see. Technically, I would be the big bro, and Dan would be the little bro. Tidrow, so let's get that straight. As far as age goes. Mentality-wise, though, Dan maybe would be the bigger brother. Who knows? All right, so we'll see DDD maybe doing a reversal. See if this can get some volume and get above that 1305 area. All right, so again, looking with CNAT, see if it can hold the moving average lines and get these moving average lines to separate, push price up. DDD now, see if this 1305 area can hold. It's moving a little bit quicker than I'd like to see, so I'd want to see if this retest of 1305 will hold and continue up. And see with CNAT, would like to see this hold and the moving average lines push price above that 560 area. Maybe a little bit of a bull flagish forming here, potentially for a possible setup to see if it will break above that 564. I got to watch and see. So right now, again, this is the concern right now that I have a DDD. Want to see that 1305-ish hold. So with here, I'm seeing kind of a possible flat top form. Again, I want to see this 9 EMA push price up, not trade sideways like this. With DDD, watch for a possible retest. If so, if it gives you a flag, see if it'll hold and continue up and get above that 1313 marker. It's got some room to run. If it does, again, it's right kind of above that 50 on the hourly and on the daily. Remember that morning star pattern, got some support at the top of that candle, that $13 area. So let's keep an eye right here, see if this will hold and possibly give you a flag. Careful this wick area here and this doji. You want to see it possibly form a flag pattern, get these moving average lines to cross, move up, and push price up further. CNAT is struggling at the moment. It's kind of doing a tweezer top on a 5-minute, so that would be potentially concerning to me. If you look right over in here, don't like to see this so far. Want to see it move up. Again, it's not broken, but it's not. It's looking a little bit shaky right now. Still keeping an eye on DDD. These doji candles, be careful. Maybe forming a bull pennant-ish pattern. So we'll have to see if this will hold and then break out. The moving average lines are crossing on the 1 minute, which is potentially a good sign. CNAT, there we go. See if this can break 564. Look away for 1 minute, and then it moves right up. So possible ascending triangle, but also possible double top formation forming if it can't get above that 564 area. So be careful of that. This can turn from a possible ascending triangle into a double top failure. So it needs to get above that 564 marker. Now, keep an eye on DDD. So we'll see if this holds or if it's going to fail. So you can kind of go and do kind of like this. It's not a, yeah, see, that's where I don't like to see, right? So it was kind of doing a bull pennant-ish, and it's starting to fail out of that bull pennant. You want to see it go and break out of this bull pennant and continue above that 1313 area. So we'll see if this area holds this 1305 and can move up. Because now you could also change it, and it's possibly a bull flag-ish pattern, so kind of like that. So we'll see if it can hold that 1305 marker and push out and get above that 1313. Yep. All right, keep an eye on it now. Might be moving up. See if you can get above that 1313 marker. So it needs to break above 1313 right now. It's tapping that resistance right here, so be careful of a possible double top failure. Now watch for retest of 1313 and see if that will hold. Still keeping an eye on CNAT here. Again, still slowly riding the moving average lines. You want to see them start to separate more and get this 9 EMA to push it out and get price to get out of this, above this 564 marker. So watching now with DDD, see if that 1313 area will hold and then get above that 1315-ish marker. DDD, I'd be a little bit more concerned on the patterns right now. It's a little bit shaky out here if you look at the 5 minute. Needs to continue up more, but I'm not a huge fan of this pattern. Pattern now in the 5 minute. CNAT, looking at my other screen here. possibly still has room to run. It's just struggling right now. So CNAT slowly building volume. It is kind of riding the moving average lines, but again, they're still kind of trading sideways. You want to see them start to separate and push price up. Yeah, be careful right here with DDD. When you get these candlesticks going up diagonally, kind of like in this range like this, it gets a little trickier to trade them. A lot of times it'll go up, give back half before it continues up. So just be careful with DDD at the moment. Let me reset the drawings here. So now, yeah, now it's starting to fall. I was looking to see if this was going to form a bull flag potentially here, but keep an eye on this again. See if this 9 ENA will catch up. If it'll get a bounce and push price up. See, right now it's definitely shakier. It's kind of got an evening stars pattern right here, where you can see right here, kind of more slanted. But now just keep an eye on this one. See if it bounces. This 9 EMA will catch up. See if there's a possible bull flag forming, if it can hold this 9 EMA and push price out. Gotta watch and see. Man, CNAT's not doing much of anything. Yeah, Lone Wolf said, is everything in the pooper right now? I don't see anything getting me excited. Yeah, me neither. But again, guys, right? Look at the market. And careful, keep an eye on CNAT now. Maybe doing an ascending triangle. See if it can get above that 564. Remember, you got the midterms in a couple days, so all this indecision. Keep an eye on CNAT. If it can hold that 564. Like you see, possible flat top forming right over in here. You can basically use these moving average lines as a guide. Here we go. Watch up. Now let's see if this 564 will hold. Remember, this is actually, it's kind of like a more of a medium to lower float stock, so it's probably in the 20 millions or so. Just be careful right now with this candle forming here. It needs to hold that 564. And then you have what else what we got here? Watch next up for that 585-ish or so resistance. So if it can continue, watch out for that left shoulder on the head and shoulders. Head, left shoulder, possible right shoulder. You're going to have some resistance right in that 580s. So this might be one of those ones you trade and possibly, you know, maybe you're scalping 10, 15 cents or so, but just be careful. Remember, resistance is going to be up in here. So we got to watch and see if this one's just going to just fade or if you got a little bit of room to go. And careful the spinning top candles right over in here. And let's see, DDD is failing, not looking so hot. What's up, little shark? So at this point, you can see prices moving above this 564. You want to see this hold, you know, right here. Careful of the spinning top, but if it can hold, there we go. See now this 9, push it up. Watch out for resistance right in this 580s area. So you got to play these patterns, guys. Very important. So now, right now, if you were playing this and you got in above this 561 candle, you could be up about 10 cents or so. You know, not so bad. You know, scalping 10 cents is pretty good, you know, especially in these type of markets. So you'll take 10 cents every single day if you can, you know, and the nice pattern play where nobody's kind of looking at it, you know, not a ton of volume. Careful right here with these spinning top candles. Remember, getting near resistance. You want to see, again, price move this 9 EMA, push price up. So you have a couple spinning top candles. There are some indecision right now. And DDD is looking kind of like a head and shoulders now. Be careful of this one. So you can see kind of a head, left shoulder, right shoulder. Be careful again with CNAP, maybe reversing. It needs to hold that 564. You have these spinning top candles, so it needs to hold that flat top. And so right here, DDD, to have the head there, needs to get above this left shoulder right over here. You guys see that? Popped up, right back down. So you have a head, left shoulder, right shoulder. Needs to get above and above that 1318. Yep, see right there. There's your evening star pattern with CNAP. So this is one of those ones right here. You're in and out in your scalp, maybe 10 cents or so. Not a lot going on, so you guys got to take your profits. So at the moment, I'm not digging CNAT right now. That's kind of got this weird looking. We'll see if it can hold on the 1 minute here now. But let's see, this 5 minute is potentially concerning me with that doji. Now keep an eye on DDD. You can see a head, left shoulder, right shoulder. If it can get above this 13-ish marker right up in here, possibly might be setting up for a potential ascending triangle. So this is one to still keep an eye on. But that 5 minute is definitely what's concerning. So you need to see it hold the 5 minute right here. You got that crazy looking inverted hammer or shooting starish candle, and you see it's a little bit sloppy at the moment. Looking at SCON, so DDD, you can see it's still struggling right in here. Needs to get above that 1318, and SCON is hitting trade ideas. There we go. Lift off. Boom. Is that one? Yep, halted. So this one, SCON, might be one to keep an eye on right here. You can see a huge gap on the daily. Right between that 327 to 507 marker. So in and out hotkey right before the halt. Nice job, Zero. So keep an eye again on DDD. Might be creeping up. Again, possible ascending triangle-ish formation, but you got to still be careful that 5 minute candle, that 5 minute red one in between. So again, see if this thing is building a flat top for a potential breakout. Needs to get above that 1318 marker. And SCON, I might put that one off to the side and see what happens after the halt is over. Right here, keep an eye on DDD. There we go. Needs 1318 to hold now. So I liked DDD, which was on the watch list because you had that morning star pattern, room to run. Keep an eye on that 5 SMA right there on that 1340s marker. It's above the 50. The 9 and the 50 might be crossing, kind of an inverse head and shoulders-ish pattern. So this one definitely has some room if it can continue up. Right here, you guys had the break. Now be careful. This pattern, watch out for that 1 minute candle pullback. See if it can hold 1318, get a break and move above that 1327 marker. And yes, SCON is halted, just watching to see what happens when this one opens back up. I want to pull up this one for you guys, actually. CHRS. Not a lot of volume, but this is where I start to look. Okay, a stock is selling off. Possible dip buy real quick. Again, a little bit closer than I want on the 1 minute, but you might have a quick scalp up to the moving average lines. I'm looking at the 5 minute, and this is where I was looking at right down here. Possible tweezer bottoms for reversal setting up back to the moving average lines. Again, something that not many people are looking at. Might be a decent, might get a 10, 20 cent scalp or so on this one. So looking right here, you can see it was a double top failure. Might have some move back up right here. Top, top, double top, failed the neckline here, back down. Buyers coming in back at that 200 SMA. Might have a chance to quick scalp back up. Now keep an eye on DDD. Right now, tweezer topping on a 1 minute, which I don't like, so we'll see if it can hold. That's what you don't like to see. But let's see if it gets a bounce and possible bull flag. If not, then it might be setting up for a possible head, left shoulder, head and shoulders pattern. It's looking weak at the moment. And DDD, I am not liking right now. But here's another one that, you know, another possible 10-cent scalp up, you know. Right here, it breaks above, ascending triangle. You could have scalped up here, made 10 cents, you know. Again, these are going to be when you have the market's not going so hot, you know, you'll take 10 cents. And looking still here at CHRS, possible tweezer bottoms. See if it can hold. This one might be one, another one that's a possible scalp back to the moving average lines. You can see it's further away on the 5 minute. On the 1 minute, it's a little bit closer, you know, so I want to be careful. Again, it's a little closer to the moving average lines than I'd like. So again, just looking at this one for possible finding a bottom for a quick scalp. And look over here on DDD. See right here if on the 1 minute it'll hold this 320-ish area and needs to get above 320. So it's not a good looking bull flag. You have a smaller kind of hammer here, but I'd like to see the pattern form a little bit more. Yeah, SCON unhalted and looking like a mess right now. Still keep an eye on DDD. It's shaky at the moment. So keep an eye on CHRS, again getting closer to resistance on the 1 minute. So you can kind of see possible bear flag forming. So this is one where it hits a bottom, maybe quick scalp back to the moving average lines. If you wait on a 5 minute, you might miss the move. But just showing you guys possible dip buy. And you'll see that kind of the green, this candle right here, possible like tweezer bottom formation forming. Again, there is room to the moving average lines up here, but it is closer on the 1 minute. So and DDD at the moment's looking a bit shaky. If you go to the 5 minute, has this kind of this shooting star spinning top candle, so this one's a little bit not digging the pattern at the moment. I might put CHRS over here. Watch how this one forms. So again, on the 5 minute, it's possible tweezer bottoms. There is room to move to the moving average lines. However, on the 1 minute, you know, it's getting closer to the moving average line. So be careful. This is looking like a bear flag. This is only one that if I was to trade this, it'd be a quick scalp. So you can see the contrast, how it's building on the 5-minute, possible tweezer bottoms, where if you were to risk off of it, you can use it's a little bit more of a candle than, it's not too bad actually for a stock over $10. $11.93 down to, well, $11.78. It's a little bit more than I'd want to see at the moment. Again, you want to have at least a 2-to-1 profit loss ratio. CRMD is moving up. Let's take a look at that one. So this one's possibly building right here. Got to get above that 146 and then also 150. So see if you can get above 146 in that 150-ish area. And you'll see it's dealing and going to contend with, right in this area here, that 150 marker right here. If so, it might have a quick scalp up, and then watch out for that 160s area here. So you see kind of the head, the left shoulder. It's got to contend with kind of this first left shoulder, then it kind of extends up from here. So, not loving the pattern at the moment. Needs to get above, again, this 146, 150. So I'm going to still keep an eye on that one. Let's look at the 1 minute. Possible inverse head and shoulders. So possible left shoulder head, possible right shoulder. So see if this one will build and get the moving average lines to push price up for a possible setup to break out above 150. But got to see if this pattern will hold and get these moving average lines to push price up. Let's take a look at Tate. So with CRHRS to show you guys right now, now the 5-minute candle has formed. So now it's again a little bit bigger than I want that candle to be at this moment. So now 11.93 down to 11.78. That's a 15-cent candle. Can you make 30 cents? You know, let's see, up to 11.20 or 12.20. So there is the potential, if you risk 15 cents, there is the potential to make 30, but it's a little bit sloppier, and you have all these candle wicks to contend with. So I'm not loving it at the moment. So that's where, again, if you wait for the 5-minute pattern, again, sometimes you'll miss the move. So right now you can see the 5-minute has held, but price has not crossed above it. So just trying to show you guys a possible dip buy, but not sure how I feel about that one at the moment. And CRMD is still holding. Let's look at the 5-minute. The only thing I don't like is I don't like this 5-minute right here, that spinning top candle. So, you know, this could be a double top failure, or if the 9 EMA can push price up and it gets closer, it might be setting up for an ascending triangle. So again, the 1 minute looks pretty decent, but then the 5-minute, it's shaky. So the 1 minute, but it's still a roller coaster, right? You can see maybe an ascending triangle or inverse head and shoulders forming, but needs price to push up. CNAP might be creeping. Let me move CRMD over. So CNAP might be creeping up here. You'll see it does have a head, left shoulder right in here, possible right shoulder formation. That's there it is, Creed. Without fail, Creed with the meme today. Is this not... Angel, if you're listening, you should take this picture. This is another great meme by Creed. So good. Jack Nicholson, gotta love him. That's a perfect one. Perfect meme. Great job, Creed. Ain't that the truth? All right, so there we go. See if it holds this left shoulder here now on CNAT. Right now it's struggling. It's tweezer topping on a 1 minute. If that fails, then you have a possible head and shoulders. And as you can see, these patterns, they're really not holding, guys. They're getting a little tiny little pop, and then they're just kind of failing. So these are the markets where, you know, if you're trying to get 15, 20, 25 cents, you might not get them. If you're trying to settle for 10 cents, you might only get 6 or 7. You know, these things are there's lots of indecision going on. Need to get past these midterms. All right, CRMD. Again, kind of still a little bit of a roller coaster, maybe building. You know, got to watch and see if this can get a possible setup to break above that. Ideally, that 150-ish area. Just got to watch and see. And right now, again, head, left shoulder, right shoulder, failure right now. So still got that head and shoulders on CNAT. Watch out with CRMD. Needs to get above 146, or it's going to have kind of a double top pattern again. So it looks intriguing on a 1 minute, but it's still a bit messy. There we go at 146. Needs 146 to hold, and ideally you want this thing over 150 right up here. That $half marker. So now you can see kind of a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, kind of an inverse head and shoulders. So when you see that happens, you want to see that neckline hold and do a possible setup to break 150, ideally. Still keeping an eye on CNAT. If it can get above and break above that right shoulder. And tweezer tops right now so far on the 1 minute on CRMD. Again, this one's all over the place. JNJ, let me take a look. I mean, this is the stuff that you're ideally looking for, is to be able to ride the moving average lines. Again, a little bit. Do this. So what you want to be careful on is a possible, it's a possible rising wedge-ish pattern, so be careful of resistance up here at the top of angular resistance. So it's building kind of a rising wedge. Let's see where that puts us at resistance. So, well, there you go. But then you do have a inverse head and shoulders here on the daily. And you have, there you go. Look at CRMD. Keep an eye on 150 resistance. Needs to clear that 143 marker. You can see a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline. And if it can clear that next after that 143, look at that 144-ish area. And it kind of does have also kind of a cup and handle. So kind of a bigger cup and handle-ish, and then inverse head and shoulders. So it might have some room. Let's take a look at the hourly. I want to see it stay above that 142 marker. So yeah, if it can stay right above this 142, might have some room up to that 143-ish range. But at the same time, look at the 5 minute and you're like, okay, be careful of this rising wedge as well. So it needs to break out right? So you can see it kind of moving in. So there is some bullishness to it. It just gets a little trickier when you have these candles like this trading up sideways in this rising wedge. So keep an eye out for a possible failure. And CRMD went real quick above 154. And now it looks nasty. So that 150-ish area, guys, right? Wanted to see it break above 150 and hold. And you can see the volume came in. Now it's getting real messy. So watch the pattern, see if this thing can get above 150. But at the moment, it's just looking very, well, see, this is where it gets on everybody's radar. And you can see it's hitting trade ideas. And that's when these candles get much crazier. So again, as we were looking at it back here, it's kind of a messier pattern. It goes and then it breaks out. But as you guys can see, it's another one that, you know, they're not breaking out really huge right now. They're, you know, 140s to 150, you know, another possible 10-cent move. That's what you're getting right now. So ACRX is going to be one that I would like to keep an eye on. So this is the example of, this is one where I want to see something like this really sell off for a possible dip buy. I want to see if there's a reversal where nobody's looking at it probably right now. Again, crap ton of volume, but selling off. Has a head, kind of head and shoulders-ish pattern. Really failing. And so this is where I'd want to see, is there a way to scalp this thing at all? Get near support at the moving average line, so maybe it'll get a bounce. Maybe you can get a tiny little scalp off this one if it gets a bounce. Let's take a look at, so it's getting near, right? 415. So you guys see on this one right here on the 5-minute, it's really selling off. It's oversold. It's getting further away from these moving average lines. I'd like to see a smaller candle come in, hold support for a possible dip buy reversal. And you can see it's a little bit closer to the moving average lines on the 1-minute than I'd like to see it be. But on the 5-minute, that's what I was just trying to show you. Another one that's kind of just see if it can hold support, give you another, maybe a possible dip buy scalp reversal. And look at CRMD. Still all over the place. So now CRMD needs to break 154. Just remember, it's a little bit it's overextended here on the 1-minute. So it may be building an ascending triangle or a kind of a bull pennant. Just be aware that these candles are really all over the place, these high wave candles. But if they can go and break out, there is some room to maybe this 160s range, but it does also have a history of pumping. So this one could go either way. And again, kind of building. Now you have a double top pattern forming right down here. 150 support. Just be careful. This thing's overextended right now. And tweezer topping. So it's double topping right now on a 1-minute. And on a 5-minute, tweezer topping. So this is a big warning right here. So this is a big warning that this is wanting to pull back. And yep, there it goes. So now if it can't hold 150, watch out for 146. Pattern's not looking good. So again, on ACRX, just seeing if there's a smaller candle, possible reversal for a possible scalp. Again, you do have a little bit of room up to the 9 EMA. It has this 5 SMA right here. But if you get a smaller candle after it's oversold, might be one that you can get a little smaller risk to get a quick scalp back up to the moving average line. So I might keep an eye on ACRX and see what that does off to the side. So you guys see this nasty head, left shoulder, right shoulder, failed the neckline, all the way back down over here. So this is where you see where a stock's selling off. You'll see if there's a possible dip by reversal. Again, I wouldn't expect this thing to go skyrocketing, but if you get a smaller candle, might be worth looking at taking a risk once it finds a bottom for a potential move back to the moving average lines. Dan will be showing you guys much more of the day trading options. So we kind of rotate. So you'll see him probably a couple days this week, Viking. And you can see right now with ACRX still falling off on the 5-minute. So yeah, we're doing a lot more with options for you guys. Also too, if you're really into options, make sure you tune into our swing trade room. We have Melrod in there. We have more videos coming, even more this week. So you'll see I kind of redid our options course. And then we have some advanced videos that we've been putting out with Melrod, and we have much more coming. So you'll see Dan probably showing you guys more with day trading options, and then Melrod and I showing you guys with more of the swing trading with options, and Tim does more with lots of longer term options. So make sure you watch our options videos, especially when the market's like this. So this is why it's very important, guys, to keep a 5-minute chart up. So as you guys can see, it looked like there was a possible reversal forming, but still hasn't found a bottom. But that's actually good because I want to see this thing fall much further away from these moving average lines. So it gives you a chance. So this is where I like to see right here. It rejected back on the 1 minute. I'd like this thing to ideally get a really good bounce, maybe look around $4. If it gets a bounce, it might have a quick scalp back up and give you some room to the moving average lines. So sometimes, again, when you try to dip by, if you try to dip by too soon, just like if you buy at a top, it can reverse on you. And market's green to red on the day, so be careful. Bon Garbaccio, right? A bunch of Garbaccio, that's for sure. Yeah, lots of Garbaccio, guys. Lots of Garbaccio. Still keeping an eye on CNAT. That thing's still slowly creeping up. I might pull that one up in a second. Still keeping an eye, watching to see if ACRX can find a bottom somewhere maybe above $4. Possible move back up to the moving average lines. Not loving it at the moment. The 5-minute looks more intriguing, but then you can see how close it's getting to the moving average lines on the 1. So well, that one got a little bit of a bounce, 405, now up to 412, right up to these moving average lines. See, that's where, guys, again, if you wait, you still ideally want to let the 5-minute candle play out, but sometimes if you wait for that 5-minute candle to play out, you could also miss this. It's a quick morning star pattern right up. Watch out for possible rejection back down. All right, see, now it's falling right back down. So you can see how something on the 5-minute might look intriguing because you have room to the moving average lines, but you also got to watch what's playing out on the 1 minute. CRMD, maybe I might pull that one back up on a 5-minute now. It still has that high wave candle stuck in there, but it might be forming possibly setting up for a bull flag on a 5-minute. We got to watch and see what this candle does. DDD might be another one. possibly setting up for reversal. So you can see right kind of in this area on a 5 minute. So you watching this 5 minute candle. Now it's getting a little bit closer to the moving average lines than I would like. This is where, again, sometimes if you wait too long in the 5 minute, got to be careful. But you need to get price above this 20. If this can get above the 20, it might set up for an inverse head and shoulders on a 1 minute for a pop up right up. You know, it might be a scalp of 10 cents or so potentially, but got to watch and see what price does here. Needs to get above that 20 EMA here. If so, if it gets above that 20 right in here, might have some room up to that 429, 430-ish area. Let me pull up CNAT because I'm seeing a possible, again, so you can see it broke this left shoulder, which is good. So it's kind of breaking that head and shoulders, and it may be, if you look at this, maybe forming a possible ascending triangle potentially if it can break above that 572 area. And you can see kind of a cup and handle. So kind of a cup and handle. It's breaking that head and shoulders. Might be looking to break that 572. Decent amount of volume. Moving average lines possibly starting to separate. Maybe moving up. See if it can break that 572. So you can see cup and handle. And then you go back to the daily. Remember that daily right here. If it can break above that 588 marker, it might break a head and shoulders. Got to watch and see. Next up, if it can continue that 580s, kind of the upper 580s area as resistance. And there it goes. So watch for resistance right around that 580s marker. And look right over here with ACRX, guys. Look at that bounce, right? So now be careful right here. It got above. Watch out for that 530 marker right in here. So that's kind of an example of a dip buy. Right here, you can see that 410 up to 432. That's a 20-cent move. And you can see on the 5 minute. So that perfect example what I was telling you guys, right? Sometimes if you wait for that 5 minute candle, you're not going to get the entry. So now at this point, I wouldn't want to risk this, right? It's a big green candle, but what did it do? It went right back up to the 9 EMA, right? So this is where it sold off, held right here above that $4, moved back in. Now watch for resistance between the 9 and the 13 EMA. Possible tweezer top forming, we'll see. Now it's breaking it. Yep, textbook nice bounce, just like I was showing you guys. So now you got to be very careful on it because the pattern's a little bit broken on it. So I'd be a little bit careful. And watch out for CNAT again, right in this 580s resistance area. And 572-ish or so support. If it can break above this 580s, then look at $6 right here. Whole dollar amount. Watch out, right? CNAT is hitting trade ideas. So watch for resistance right up in here. But that's another one, guys. If you're watching this and you got in possibly at this technical break for a break of high a day, you know, another one, 571 up to 583. So maybe you're scalping possibly another 10 cents or so. Would you like to make a lot more? Yeah, but you might have to just take your profits today and just take these small scalps. Again, so this is one where, you know, this had a technical breakout. Bullish, be careful on if it possible reversing right now. Tweezer tops on a 1 minute. Be careful, right back down. And then ACRX was one really no one was looking at, and that's where dip buying can come in, where you're trying to go bullish over here. You only get a small scalp, but then you could have come in down here as it's completely selling off, reversal back to the moving average lines. And as I like to say, patterns, 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 patterns. And speaking of patterns, this would concern me on ACRX because on a 5 minute, just pause. It's stuck between this 9 and the 13 EMA right now. The 5-minute candle hasn't formed yet, but it might be forming a star pattern, or it could go up. This might be a V bottom and continue up higher. Just got to keep an eye on this one. And CNAT needs to hold that 572 area. See if it can get a bounce, and the moving average lines will push it back up, but needs to hold this area. And see that? Just like I was telling you guys, right between the 9 and that 13, be careful. And there you go. All about support resistance patterns, guys. Patterns, patterns, patterns. And right here, failing right now that 570s area on CNAT. So this is where you're getting this quick pop up. Got to take your profits right before resistance, smacking back down. Market again is red on the day. Dip buy down over here, back to the moving average lines, rejection, possibly going back down, right? What goes up at some point is going to come down, and at some point when what goes down usually might get a pop back up at times. Keep an eye on this one right now with CNAT. See if it can hold this 572-ish area. So maybe it'll give you a bullish hold. Keep an eye on this one. All right, so it is holding. So you have 575 down to 571. Here is a smaller candle. Again, see if this can move up. Now you want to see it hold this 575 if you were to risk on it. You know, you can use this 9 EMA or so, or possibly the 13 as a stop. I still would be a little bit iffy on this pattern right now. Again, you want to keep your risks small. Super important. Let me move CNAT over. Yeah, so then look at that. So that's where I was saying the 1 minute may be looking good, but here's what concerns me, that 5 minute on CNAP. It's possible doji candle. So this is something you want to be concerned about. So this is where you look at it and you're like, okay, maybe I risk, but something doesn't seem right. Well, yeah, look at the 5 minute. 5 minute candle hasn't formed. It may be forming. Yeah, that's not what you want to see. Can it still go up? Absolutely, but this is definitely a warning doji candle. All right, let me see what else I got. Guys, I'm going to end a little bit early today, about probably 15, 20 minutes or so. Got lots of stuff going on. I got to get surgery, minor surgery this week. I got to remove hardware from my ankle. So, got lots of errands to get done. Grocery shopping. Maybe go and find a cast cover so I can shower and keep my cast dry. Right? And then all that good stuff. Lots of errands. So if I do some streaming next week, I might not put myself on camera, or maybe I'll take some Percocet or something, take some drugs and do some good streams for you guys and maybe it'll be funny. Maybe I'll just do one after I get the surgery done this week, and that might be a good good stream, so who the heck knows what I talk about. Thanks, Hayden. Appreciate it. All right. Maybe we'll do it right after surgeries. Hop on, do a live stream. What's up, everybody? Who knows? Maybe I'll talk about Bali or pizza or yoga or something. Who knows? All right, the Garbaccio's back. Garbaccio. And the good news, do it during the surgery. Yeah, maybe I'll do a Facebook Live right from the surgery room. I didn't break anything recently. This is like, I don't know, was it 2 or 3 years ago? Nasty, thanks, Arena. Nasty break of the ankle. And I have the hardware in it, and it just kind of gets achy, you know? So it's got like, I could show you guys pictures, right? Would you guys like to see pictures of my ankle surgery? If you get grossed out, you might not want to see it, but I could show you guys pictures. I can go onto my Facebook quick and show you guys what it looks like. Anybody want to see? It's really gross. I could show you what happened during the surgery. Bring it. Who doesn't want to see it? It's really nasty. You'll see it? Let me see if I can go find it for you guys. Nothing else to look at. There's not much to look at in the stock market, so why not see what my broken ankle looked like? I'm just warning you, it's really gross. I just got to find the picture. Where is it? Your photos. I'm just searching where it is right here. Thanks, Tim. All right. Oh, okay, I got it. Are you sure you guys? I'm going to give you guys a warning. This is not for the faint of heart. So if you guys get grossed out easily, I'm giving you a heads up to not look what I'm about to show on the screen. So you can turn off the screen and just listen to me and my voice, and then I'll tell you when the pictures are gone. So, and I'm going to click on the picture right now, and I'll give you one look, and then a second look, and then I'll tell you guys when you can look again. So for those that want to look, here is picture number 1. Right up here. So I got that right here, right? So this happened about 3 years ago. Broke my ankle. Got plates right in here. And plates all down in here, right? Right? Pretty gross. Shockwave, right? All right, let me show you another one. I'll show you another look. Another one I got was, oh, darn it, I just X'd out. Son of a... All right, I just X'd out of my Facebook. Well, so you guys get the point. All right. All right, so guys, whoever doesn't want to look at my broken ankle, you can look back at the screen now. Yeah, it's nasty looking staple. So down the side of the leg there, where as you can see, there's that big plate on the side. So it kind of digs into the tendon. And it gets achy. I live in Connecticut, so it's you get the cold weather, it gets achy, and I'm standing all day doing streams, so I prefer not to get arthritis. So if I can get it done now, might as well get it done. So that's my story. You guys had a little bit of adventure today seeing something gross. And look at that, ACRX still moving up, guys. Going back to ACRX. That one had a good fake out on a 5-minute, still showing on a, let's remove these. So that dip buy was actually pretty good for anyone that took advantage of ACRX. ACRX. So it still moved up after that high wave spinning top candle. Still be careful here now. I'd watch out for this VWAP and the 20 EMA. It still has kind of an inverse head and shoulders, so kind of a V bottom up. Still has kind of an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So if you got in back early on this thing, you know, you still would have taken your profits, though. Definitely up in these areas right in here. So, you know, still keep an eye on it, though. On the 1 minute, it is showing some bullishness, but it's got that VWAP to contend with, so be very careful. It needs to get above. There's definitely lots of overhead resistance, but this was a nice one to dip buy off of right here. Found support right above $4 at 405, and now it's kind of grinding. So yeah, it was very painful. The surgery is brutal, man. That was like 2-3 years. What was that, 3 years ago? Nasty surgery. It was a slip and fall on the ice. Snapped it really good. Thanks, Red. Appreciate it. So yeah, today I got to go to, what I got to do? I got to go buy some more Hanes socks. Keep my feet warm. Nice Hanes black socks. Because I'll probably be off my feet for 2 weeks. Creed. Are you being a jerk right now, Creed? Is this the world's tiniest violin? Thanks. Yeah, so I gotta go, and I gotta I gotta go to Trader Joe's and buy food for a week because I can't drive. And then I gotta buy some Hanes socks to keep my feet extra warm. And then maybe a new shower cover. Maybe a cast cover. And then get a massage. And then, what else I gotta do? Then clean tomorrow. You know, all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm sure hip surgery is probably not fun at all, man. That's got to be awful. This surgery is a minor surgery. This thing's fine. The ankle surgery sucked. That was the worst. This is minor. This is just getting the hardware taken out. So it should be fine. Well, Joe, hey, an $18 win is better than a loss. So, yeah, these are the days, guys. The good news and is that in a couple days, ideally, hopefully, we should get some direction. Look at this. ACRX still moving up. Watch that. 450, right between this 450 to 452 area. So, yeah, ideally, after this midterms is over, we should hopefully pick a direction. So it still has kind of that inverse head and shoulders-ish pattern. If it can get above 450, I want to see it get above this 452. If it can get above 452, or even that 456 range, so it does have some of this overhead resistance right up into these areas, right? The 200 SMA, the 50 over here, some resistance up around 456. But that was a nice dip buy. And you guys take advantage of the ACRX reversal? Oh, that sucks, Hayden. That ain't good. Oh, CNAT. For those that you're watching, let's go back to look at CNAT. So keep an eye on ACRX. Yeah, I mean, there's still some room if this thing can move up. CNAT. Where is that one? CNAT's right at that critical area, guys. Right at that, right what I was showing you guys, right here, and you'll see it on the daily. Again, next up, $6. Right on the daily. Wanted to see it get above, right above this 586 area. So now be careful. Again, this thing's getting closer to being overextended. Watch out for $6. Who knows? This thing could move. Just be careful of it. But another one that, you know, if you guys traded this and were, you know, traded the setup, you know, 570, if you get waited for it to break above 571 and it's up to 589, you know, that's a potential 15, 16 cent profit. All right, guys, sorry to cut this short today, but got a lot to go and do. Again, be very, very careful trading. This is what we're up against this week. Let me just go back over here. Oops, what the heck happened? Don't want on demand. There we go. Come on. All right, so this is what we're up against, guys. So with futures, you'll see what the heck happened. There we go. Hit too many buttons. Okay, so price is in a falling wedge pattern. You know, it's rejecting right off angular resistance. It has that 200 and the 200 and the 20 EMA and the 200 above it. So we're going to see if this thing can break out of that falling wedge. If it does, it has lots of overhead resistance to contend with. If it rejects and fails, that thing can definitely fall. So you're welcome, guys. So you just got to be careful with this. It's a mess right now. It's an absolute mess. Again, what is votings tomorrow? Probably have results, you would assume, probably by Wednesday. So again, this thing's either going to keep tanking or it's going to break out. Who the heck knows what's going to happen? So this is where you got to trade safe. You know, we always, no matter, even the market's going up or down or trading sideways, take your profits. And again, the last piece of advice is no one's forcing you to trade. These are the perfect times in all this indecision where if you know or you're looking to be a day trader and scalp, right? And you can see the market's crappy. This is a perfect time where maybe you sit on your hands and you study, learn stuff like options, like Dan's been showing you guys with day trading options. You know, maybe you're not going to trade scalp these small cap stocks when the market's looking crappy. Maybe you go in and you're day trading stocks like Apple or Netflix or you know, smaller ones, you know, like maybe Twitter or, you know, AMD or something like that in your day trading options, right? Or, you know, you have the other strategies like Melrod's teaching with trading spreads with options, doing iron condors, you know, bull put spreads or bear call spreads, you know, great way to take advantage with options. So options gives you what? It gives you options. But if you just go and you're like, oh, okay, I'm just going to buy blindly a call or a put and just, hey, I believe a stock's going to go up or down, that's a great way to get burnt, right? So there's so many different ways to learn trading, and these are the times when the market gets really crazy and indecision where you want to learn other skill sets and strategies to be able to make money. And if you guys have been paying attention, we're putting out lots of content, and if you go to our website, right here, we have all of our courses opened up right now. So you guys can just click on any of these and just go enter your email in and take our courses. And right here, you'll see our options course right here. We have kind of our older videos over in here, but we'll be probably in a couple weeks replacing them with the newer ones. But you can just go right to our YouTube and go right up here, type in Bullish Bears, subscribe to our channel. And then you'll see under videos, lots of, oh, you're seeing ones that I see this. Just to show you guys a little sneak peek. I haven't even posted these videos yet. So you're going to see a whole bunch of other ones coming out that we haven't even posted yet. So I'll probably try to get to posting at least one later today. Right over here, how to trade an iron butterfly, naked options versus spread options. Those are a couple of Melrod ones that we did. So you'll see I'm kind of redoing our basic ones, and he's coming in and doing some advanced ones. So you'll see these ones like bear call and iron condors and that stuff. Those are going to be opened up to everybody now, and then we're going to put those private to members only probably in a couple weeks or so. So take advantage of them now. Make sure I stock up on pizza. Yes. You got it. Creed, reach out to Angel on the watch us one. I don't want to blow you off right now. I got a ton going on, but shoot Angel a message if she can't answer it, then I'll definitely get to you. So Angel and Creed have been doing lots of the watch list, so give it up to them. But Angel is doing them like a hawk. She's kicking butt with our watch lists. So for those of you guys that are rocking and rolling off of our watch list trades, you can thank Angel because she's doing awesome. So, and watch her videos too. She's been putting up some videos that people seem to be loving. So shout out to Angel. And that's what I got for you guys. So I'm going to wrap it up. If you're not a member yet, again, we have day trade, swing trade, futures room, watch list, trade alerts. You'll see lots of streams, or, you know, we're streaming live right over here every single day, showing you the good, showing you the bads. We're not pumping stocks to you. Again, when Dan shows you his screen with day trading options, it's really, you know, it's a lot harder to pump, you know, we're not, his intention or our intention is not to be like, hey, let's pump up options to you guys, right? It's a lot harder to pump up options, right? So we're showing you the screen to really kind of teach you guys what to look for, but, you know, it's not like if he's day trading AMD or Apple or something like that, showing you your screen, we're just trying to show you, you know, to help you learn not to pump up an option or whatever, right? So that's what we got for you guys. You can subscribe right over here. You all have a wonderful rest of your day. Trade safe. Be careful. Again, these midterms, we got to get on the other side, and hopefully we'll finally choose a direction. You got it, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you all later. Enjoy.